chip idea is the grain-free tortillas. Well, that begs the question, well, if it's not grains, corn or some kind of flour, then what is it? So we, of course, go to the ingredient listing. So they use a cassava flour, which is it's a type of it is a type of vegetable. It's not one that we use very often. And then they used avocado oil. Well, we know avocado oil is a monounsaturated oil. That's a healthy fat. They did use a little bit of coconut flour, chia seed, sea salt. And I wanted to mention on some of these do have sea salt rather than regular salt, which sea salt gives it a little extra nutrition. We hope there's not a lot in there. Sea salt does still have a lot of sodium, even though it is a little less than regular sodium. But what I like about sea salt, do you agree that the acuity of taste of the sea salt is higher? It tastes saltier than regular salt, so you don't need to use as much. Okay, so keep that in mind. Next option is our tortillas. Sometimes we can not have the chips, or maybe have the chips in the tortillas if we want to make a burrito. Some people just roll up their tortilla and use that instead of the chip. Lots of options here again. You know, when they tell me that when you see green, you think healthy, right? And of course this says spinach herb on here. So I just want to look though at the difference in the serving size. Wow. So I ate at a restaurant last week and they told me they were going to put it on a spinach wrap, and this is the size that they wrapped it in. Do you know, I sat there and ate the whole thing. It was so good, but I got at least 220 calories just in my wrap. That's not what I had intended for that healthy salmon wrap. So keep that in mind. The bigger the size, more than likely more calories, more carbs, and more fat generally. So even though this has some healthy ingredients, I'm probably gonna, next time, I'm gonna make sure they put it in a smaller size. And when I buy, I'm gonna buy a smaller size. 60 calories rather than 220, okay? Yeah. One serving size is a tortilla. You do want to look at your fats when you're looking at tortillas. More than likely there is a hydrogenated fat, okay, and that's what we call a trans fat. If it says hydrogenated oil of any kind, that means it is a trans fat, which is very unhealthy. So that's generally all of the tortillas have hydrogenated fat. So you want to choose one that doesn't have a lot of fat in it, or is a smaller size.
And I noticed some grocery stores will have other brands that make, it's not the hydrogenated fat. I found one that was olive oil based.
Oh,
great. So that was a great option. It's not everywhere, but like you said, just knowing how much you're eating of it, you're gonna get more fat, more everything in the bigger. So definitely go with the smaller options. And then also you have like the whole grain options. You know, you're wanting your food to work for you, right? So making sure that you're choosing the more nutrient-based food options than just the plain flour, or you know, you want to get, like I usually say, get more bang for the buck. So whether you're choosing tortillas or you're choosing tortilla chips, looking for more whole grain options, whole food options, and not just fats and salts and added ingredients. So let's move on.
okay. So